let's think a bit deeper, more onto how we prepare ourselves. And then the next question is, we need to ask what kind of mom and dad we want to be for our kid.
Yeah.
Most of us think that, children come from us, it is ours.
Is that true?
No.
Hi moms and dads, welcome back to Conscious Parents, Happy Children. And me, Regina, today we're gonna talk with teacher Novi here, and we're gonna be talking about a very interesting topic. What do you need to know before you have a child? This, I think everyone would like to know. And for me personally, what I need to know before having a child, back then, before I have Rhea, I think I only prepare for all the beautiful dress, beautiful clothing, the crib, and all the things that is necessary for photography.
Yes.
That's what I've prepared for them. And also for mentally, I think back then I only prepare for the delivery day, because I've never been in the hospital before that. So having to go to the hospital and have yourself cut open, that was what worried me. That was what I mentally have to prepare.
Yes.
Yeah. But is that enough?
Right. That is enough for the biological needs of the child and your own preparations. But then let's think a bit broader sense, right? What I mean by broader sense is we are bringing a child to the world. So it's not a simple task. It's a soul with purpose that coming out of us. And most of us really only focus on preparing of all their body needs.
Yeah, body needs, yeah,
right?
true.
But then we rarely go towards emotional needs or spiritual needs or any other needs. That's why I'm thinking that with the topic, what do we need to know before we're having a child, let's think a bit deeper, more onto how we prepare ourselves.
Yeah, the questions that people are sometimes afraid to confront, to ask themselves. Yeah.
Yes, it is. So I would say the one thing we as a parent that we can prepare ourselves is to get to know ourselves a little bit further, to understand who we are. Because we think that we understand who we are, we've been in this body for 20 plus, 30 plus years, we thought we know who we are. But then there are so many layers that we never even encounter yet.
So you mean like confronting our traumas and something like that?
Kind of. I don't like to use the word confronting because confronting seems like you
Negative
and your
voice.
trauma is like separate and enemies. But actually, with trauma, with whatever inside us or whatever we go through in life, we have to embrace it. But it's not that easy, especially when it's not something favorable or nice things that happened to us before.
Okay. One question. So if the trauma is not something that we consciously remember or know, because some people, yes, they have a bad trauma and that they remember, but some people, I don't think they have trauma that, I don't think I have trauma. You know, they will say something like that. But how,
Right.
What do you suggest them to do?
Okay. If you don't feel you have trauma, you think you don't have problem, don't go dig in and fight it.
Okay, all right.
Don't. You're okay. If you're fine, then you're fine.
Okay.
Don't go find trouble for yourself.
Okay.
Right? So what I would suggest, the first thing before we're having a child, just ask ourselves, question ourselves. For example, like, why do we marry? Why do we want to have a child? Right? You can attempt to answer that if you want.
Okay. Why do we marry? I think marriage and having children, it is already ongoing, and that's how we, being taught since we are a child, we grow up, we become parents, and then we marry, and then we become parents. That's how just life goes, and that's what we know.
Yes.
That's how we like why we do it, kayak gitu.
Yes.
Cuma ya kalau you ask me why we marry, of course we want someone to grow old with kan, supaya ya bisa ada partner for life, yang someone who love you, someone you love. And then why you want to have children, because karena kita sendiri udah stable, of course we want to ada kelengkapnya ya, ada anak gitu. And I love children so much, I would love to have children. Tapi again, ya harus dengan partner yang benar. Kalau partnernya salah juga, you have to do everything yourself. I cannot imagine that sih. But that's why when you marry, I think perlu pikirin matang-matang siapa yang you marry to. And then having children, we cannot choose, but we need to love them and guide them dari awal, harus gimana gitu.
Yes.
Makanya harus raise them right. Before nanti, aduh harusnya dulu aku nggak kayak gitu ya. Aduh harusnya dulu gini,
Yes.
A lot of regrets come afterwards.
Yes, exactly. What I'm trying to say is, by default, the world have run that way.
Yeah.
Growing, college, marry, children, the system is always like that. And there's nothing wrong with it. But we need to ask question, why? Why we do what we do. If the world doesn't run that way, we will not have that mindset that we have to marry, have children and everything.
Yeah.
So now you can say that if we meet the wrong partner, it'll be hard for us. But are we ourselves ready to become the right partner?
Yeah, true. That's awesome.
Yes. So these are the questions that we need to keep asking ourselves.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, we think that we are incomplete.
Yeah.
Keep trying to find a partner or children to complete us. And that is the dangerous part. Because if you think you're incomplete, they will not make you happy. They can't make you happy. Maybe for temporarily, but permanently, it's not like the ultimate. If we ourselves is not whole, we will expect somebody to fill that hole for us. But when they don't do that,
we become disappointed.
Yes. We get triggered, we become disappointed, we blame everybody for everything. And that's what happened mostly. Because we get into marriage and having children with that expectation
that they will fill us.
Yes. And that's what we want to avoid. So first, get clarity why we had married and why do we want to have a children. Okay. Because becoming a mom, you don't have time for yourself.
Yeah, true, very true.
It's only give, and give.
Yeah.
Right? If you are not ready with that mindset or ready for that,
don't think about all the joy. Yeah, think about the sleepless night when the baby cry, and when you need to balance time with your husband, your house, and then your kids. Yes.
At least with that thought, we can prepare ourselves better. We know that we don't we are full, now we are ready to give out, not getting in again.
Right? True.
Yes. I hope that is clear, because from our early age until maybe mid-20s, we keep wanting this, wanting that, we keep feeling ourselves. And we keep feeling that we are not full. Want this, want attention, want more money, want more this and that. But once you become a parent, it goes the other way, right? So if we are mentally not ready for that, better postpone a bit.
I get it sih. Yang nggak sabaran, terpaksa sama anak. Yes, we have to. Okay, just ngalah ke mereka and everything. I think it is important for all the moms to get ready. Jangan pikirin all the happy part doang ya kan, because banyak hal-hal yang kalau me personally I like to prepare for the worst. Jadi for me mending aku kayak berasa oke, gue udah memang harus capek, kalau memang harus gak tidur 24 jam, kalau mereka lagi sakit, I'm ready for that, I will. Tapi usually for kids we are willing to do that because it's our child, very precious. Most likely kita kayak yang this is something I have to do.
Yes, that will lead to the question like, what does it mean to become a mom, or what does it mean to become a dad, right? That question we need to ask ourselves, because mom and dad, the image that we have is from our parents,
Yes.
right? So do we like it? For example, our parents, do we like it? Do we want to follow to become that way?
Of course, there are parts that we would
Yes.
like to. Okay, my dad is like that, my mom is like that. This is the thing I don't want to be like. Ya, pasti ada bagian tapi of course ada juga bagian yang I want to be so caring and so patient like my mom.
Yeah.
I want to be so decisive like my dad.
Yes.
Like things like that. There are things that of course we want to follow.
Yes.
But there are also things we want to change.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then the next question is, we need to ask what kind of mom and dad we want to be for our kid.
Yeah.
Right? Is it the tiger parent? Is that the kind of parent we want? Is it the one who very strict and disciplined? So we need to ask ourselves. Or is it more like, I want to be a parent who mentor our kids? So that kind of parent, we need to just write it down. If you have a paper, you can write it down first. Just to get that clarity before the child really comes out. Because when the child comes, you got no time to think.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it just happened.
Maybe like what you mean is like harus strictnya on which part, because we cannot be all strict all the way and all fun all the way.
Yeah.
Right? We have to balance. And maybe this is one thing that I learned. We have to talk to our partner about this. Like which part yang he thinks is definitely has to be no. This part, okay, we can still be lenient. This part for me is a big no.
Yes.
Like I think that needs to be consulted among partner. Jadi supaya nggak ribut ke depannya. Because ini juga pengalaman pribadi juga lah ya. Jadi there are things yang kita harus give in juga ke our husband. Kalau memang bagi dia strict banget ya udah kita ikutin gitu. Padahal mungkin menurut kita ya that's still okay lah. Tapi ada beberapa hal yang kita benar-benar enggak, and our partner juga harus hargain. And this one is for the mommy is a strict no gitu.
Yes.
So the child will learn this is the way it is di rumah ini tuh gimana. Is that right?
Yeah. That is just your family value and boundaries and limitation, and it's okay. It's good. And the next thing that we need to ask ourselves or question ourselves is on our belief system, on our value system. How do we view life? Do we think life is hard? What about our relationship with food, money? All of that, we need to get that awareness first.
Okay.
If, for example, we think that life is hard, to earn money is so hard and everything, that will get to your children.
Okay. So whatever our belief system, because sadarin atau nggak sadarin, it will pass down to the children gitu.
Yes.
Iya sih. I realize one thing kayak yang I try to change ya. Kalau Ria itu kan normally people belief system is like suntik itu sakit. Ya kan? That's one thing yang aku coba eksperimen. Jadi dari dulu kalau kita main dokter-dokteran with Ria, kalau dia lagi suntik itu kita never say kayak aduh sakit banget gitu, kayak we don't do that, because if like that the next time doctor come, then she will be like, when we talk about suntik udah kayak no, that's a big no, it will hurt. Tapi all this time we were like, oh suntik is okay, it's fine, I'm strong. Then aku realize beberapa bulan terakhir ya imunisasi udah nggak ada lagi yang namanya cry. Jadi he will be like ouch, and then kita tanya is it hurt, dia will jawab no gitu, terus she is strong gitu. I think that is one thing yang I kayak oh wow, this is powerful gitu. What we show them, what we role play to them itu powerful banget untuk di pikiran mereka tuh gimana gitu. Ya boleh bilang brainwash. Is that like brainwash?
It's hypnosis.
Hypnosis. Yeah.
Yes, it's actually we get hypnosis every time.
Yeah.
Every time, like when we look at the sale 50% and everything, we got excited and everything. It's all in our mind. If only we just realized it, then we know how to control it. But most of the time we are unconscious about it. But yes, that kind of questions we need to ask ourselves first. What do we believe like about suntik, right?
Yeah.
What do we believe about? That's a minor thing. Example, cockroach. Most people are like, ew, right?
I'm like that.
Yes, that will get to the children. That is for sure will get to the children. So in this life, we have segregated like this is good, this is bad, this is delicious, this is not, this is ew, and this is beautiful. There's too much judgments that we throw out in the world, right?
Yeah.
Now we have to move back a bit and actually see the world as it is, right? We said ew to cockroaches because our parents, grandparents, all the ladies said ew to that.
Yeah.
But
True.
actually, they're just another beings. It's just animals with their own characteristics, right? So these are the questions that we need to ask ourselves first before we actually have a children. Because whatever we have, we think, however we are, it will get to them. And it will dictate their life later on.
Benar-benar kayak copy paste ya, they will see us. I realized that too recently because although they're playing other things, they're actually listening and observing us.
Yes. So that's why we have to be very mindful in the words we speak, in the action we do. If we want to challenge us again, why do I say the word I say? Why do I do what I do? Why do I feel how I feel? So that keep asking. For example, Rhea shouted and he has a tantrum. And then we got triggered, we got angry. We can ask, okay, why do I feel angry? It's the nature of the child to get tantrum. Why do I get triggered? So we keep digging on ourselves, right? By then, we can slowly starting to get to know ourselves. When we know ourselves, we know how to handle Rhea, children, and the people around us better.
So for me, because I already have kids, right? So I tend to reflect on myself too, my actions. But what do you suggest the moms at home who are still preparing or wanting to have a baby? Should they start now? Maybe it's better to start now, right?
Yes.
Because
yes, please. Please, because you cannot do this in one day.
Yeah. This is an ongoing thing.
It is an ongoing
process.
thing.
Yeah. So when you do something, maybe ask yourself why you do the things you do, why you say the things you say. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then maybe we have to move on to one more thing, how we actually view children. Most of us think that, children come from us, it is ours. We have the responsibility to discipline them. They have to follow whatever we say, right?
Is that true?
No.
Especially, I think Asian parents, they have that tendency.
And most of the parents think that, okay, the parents want to be a doctor, but they did not become doctor. I want my kid to become a doctor. Like, I want my child to carry on with my legacy. All of that expectation we put on our child, right? But then if we pause a bit, I'm going to invite you to see children from different perspectives. So children who came from you is only entrusted to you. It is not yours. It is just entrusted to you.
For you to take care.
Yes, for you to take care, for you to guide, not for you to master them, right? So I always imagine like there's a pathway. Every human being have a purpose in this world. I believe that. They have a sole purpose. They come out, they have their path. They need to become who they are and do what they need to do. So they have their path.
So what we as parents do is...
Now, the way I see it, see if you like this analogy, they have their path. Parents is like
the barricade.
On the right and the left. Outside of this path is a cliff. So parents are just make sure that they don't get off to the cliff or go towards like making a really fatal decision for their life. But within that path, they are free to turn left, right, enjoy, push boundaries and everything. But then we know if they are like at the edge of the cliff, hey, go back to the path.
I think the problem will be, how do we know that is just the turning and the pushing,
Yes.
and between that or the cliff? Okay,
Yes.
maybe things like drugs or all the
Yes.
criminal activities. Of course, that's the cliff.
Yes.
But beside that, are there any other things that we need to make sure?
Right. That's why we need to be clear, where is this going? You don't have to have a very big goal like they have to become a doctor, and that not like that. But they need to stick to who they are at that moment, at that age. Right?
Okay.
So what we want to put in them that is eternal, that is not going to change no matter how old they grow, is their value system.
Yeah, if you put in good value, they
Yes.
won't fall down the
Yes.
track path.
Even they want to get off the cliff, instead of, hey, come back, you cannot be there, we just ask them a question. Do you think it's a good idea? With the right value, they'll think about it and then, okay, maybe that's not a good idea.
Yeah, that's right. They will use their self-awareness that
Yes.
this might not lead to a good way.
Yes. Their own self in discriminating what is good and what is bad. They know it already. So I see parent as like guardian for the kid, not the master of the kid. And all children, I will say this, all children is tailor-made for their parents. They are meant to teach the parents something.
Ya, memang
Yes.
sih. Ya, kalau itu, I feel kayaknya daripada, apart from me teaching my kids what they need to do, what is this and what is that, how to say things, but they actually teach me a lot of things too. I think mereka kadang lebih compassion daripada kita ya. I
Yes.
think very caring, the way Rhea cares for the sister, the way she cares for people, itu benar-benar pure innocent.
Yes.
Yang kayak buat gue, wah, I think I have to reflect on myself gitu. Dia bisa just so sweet, giving us water, parents. Then I will think to myself, when was the last time I give my dad and mom water gitu? Just a simple act, but it makes me reflect on myself too. Yeah.
So what I like about kids is they are very close to their real nature.
Yeah.
Right.
Humans' real nature.
Yes. their real nature, our real characteristics. But as we grow up, we've been putting dogma, stigma, fear. Cannot do this. If you do that, that person will take advantage of you. This
Labeling,
and that. Yeah. So I enjoy watching children. It's because of that. We carry the same values within us, but why our values doesn't blossom? But they're still very nice, right? So that is a question that we need to ask ourselves again. Where's our value gone? Why can't we act the way we are, our nature?
Yeah.
Right?
That's a good question to reflect on.
It is.
So today we have learned a lot from Teacher Novi. Thank you. And I'll try to summarize it real quick. First, we need to know ourselves. Second is that all our family value and also our belief system will be passed down to our children. So we need to be very aware of what we pass down to them. And also the children are actually entrusted to us for us to guide them to make sure that they don't fall off the cliff. Yes. And don't forget to follow our Instagram, Conscious Parents Happy Children. And also we have YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. Next week, we're going to talk about a very interesting topic too. That's how children's subconscious mind, they are already on actually even during pregnancy. That's a very interesting one. You should stay tuned and we'll see you next week.